This special budgeting trick is the reason why I was able to travel, let alone last year, to 7 countries. You want to have more money at the end of the month? Let me show you how I did it. And stay till the end to find out how to make it extra easy for you. I'm sure you can do it too. Hi, my name is Maggie. Thank you for taking time out of your day and let's talk about money. Start by tracking your expenses. Now I know this is not the funnest part, but if you're first starting, you gotta do it. And hey, if you really want to break out of this monthly wondering where all your money went, leaving you with empty pockets, you got to do this. It's not going to help you to just collecting all those budgeting tips and then you're not taking action. But if I could do it, like I said, I'm sure you can do it too. So list out all sources of your income, no matter if it's tax return, your earnings, whatever. And then also make a list of all your expenses. Rent, insurance, groceries, going out for dinner, car costs. Don't forget a thing. You gotta know what's in your pocket and what goes out of your pocket. And then categorize those in essentials and non-essentials. A little example for that, groceries to cover your day-to-day need are essentials. You gotta eat. Going out for dinner, buying another bottle of perfume, even if you have a few at home already, is a non-essential. So I first started to use the 50-30-20 rule. So I used 50% of my income to cover my needs, 30% for my wants, and 20% for saving and investing. Through all of those 3 categories, and look if you can do anywhere better than before. Now I have some inspirations that you might not try yet. For the needs, for ideally should be 50%. If you're getting started and you take more than 50%, then let's go through it and optimize here and there something. For housing or rent, mortgage, whatever. Maybe you can talk to your landlord, getting some extra help from the government, trying to get the best deals available. The same for electricity or water. Sometimes there are different companies offering better deals. Don't think there's just one out there that's the only one you can. And don't get tired of comparing. And I know it's sometimes tiring, but if you're not comparing, you're missing out a lot of good deals, a lot of opportunities, and at the end of the day, you're going to just throw away money out of your window instead of getting the better deals and saving or just taking that money to use it better. Groceries, basic food items. Some supermarkets are less expensive than others. Don't stop comparing here too. And car transportations, I use it here for the essential side because some people need it to drive to work. But also here look for different insurance groups, for different car insurances, or for a cheaper price at the gas station. Same goes for health insurances. If there are other companies with better prices, that really saved me a ton. Buying things you already have, like good clothes, makes no sense for me often. That's why I don't do it. I buy clothes when I really need it, when something got broke. But other than that, I stay with my wardrobe. Same goes with my jewelry. For vacations, it's actually on the non-essential list. And sometimes it feels like a need, at least for me. But even here, I'm comparing prices, I'm using Airbnbs instead of hotels, and each time I'm traveling, I'm saving a ton of money by looking before I'm traveling, what I'm doing, and where I'm going to put my money in. Look at everything when you're budgeting. Now, budgeting is nothing that you're going to do every day. Oh my god, no. But you're doing it one time in a month. Look at maybe at the beginning of the month when you first get your earnings. Make a budget list like I just mentioned, and then from there on, do it maybe every month again. After a while, you might need it only every second month, just to make sure you're staying on track. Also subscriptions, streaming services, magazines, look at all of it. By the way, hitting the subscribe button costs you nothing, but truly supports my channel of hopefully reaching those 1,000 subscribers. By using 30% of your income for your wants, you're already giving you a budget, how much you can use to fulfill all the things you would like to do in a month and to enjoy life. By doing that, you're still making sure you're doing all those activities that you really like and enjoy. And those 20% for savings and investing This is for your future, and I'm not talking about a faraway future in 10, 20 years. That can be also really, really nice to have when your washing machine broke down or when your car needs a repair. Whatever it is, you're always happy to have some kind of emergency fund where you can take the money out and not being like, oh my god, what I'm going to do this month? How am I going to repair the car without any saving? And also the investing part, don't underestimate that. It's going to bring you, on the long run, really difference in your life. For medical emergencies, you want to have something on the side. For that, I'm even using sometimes apps that help me to save extra money. For example, I have an app whenever I'm paying with my credit card, the dividends between what actually costs in the supermarket, it's rounding up, and plus on top of it there's $10 all together going on a saving account, on an extra saving account right away whenever I'm purchasing something with my credit card. This way I'm saving and I'm not even feeling it. And when I'm after a month looking at my saving account, I'm delighted because something changed in a positive way without me really actively doing something. All that is reducing financial stress a lot. If something comes your way, you're always happy to have some extra money. I started with that 50-30-20 rule after a budget the first time, and by now I increased and developed and just optimized each month. So by now I was able to optimize this 50% that I'm using for all my needs to shrink it down to almost 40%. And also what I want and all those things that I'm saving and investing, also here I got better and better, so I'm saving right now over 30%, which increased a lot. And from those 30% that I'm saving, I'm putting 20% away for investments, and also my investments, they just worked out very well for me. So when you're first time starting to budget, and like I said, it might not be the fun thing to first time do it. After your first time did it, the meaning behind it is simply to give you an overview where your money is going. And if you don't have a clue, if there's just money coming in and you're spending it all the way and then wondering where it all went, it's like running around and not thinking. You gotta do the budgeting to make sure you master your finances to get better and better with that thing. At least that's what I told myself when I first started, and I'm really happy I did it. I had never less stress if it comes to finances than in the last couple years since I started budgeting. So as soon as you accomplish those things, do yourself a favor and automate your savings or investings. And if you did not start investing at all, I'm going to make an extra video. I have planned it in a long run already to really guide you step by step how I did it to first start. Talk about the automatic transfers, not only saving the dividends and round it up when I'm purchasing something, but also saving apps or automatic transfers at the beginning of the month when you already know how much you want to save, putting that automatically to your extra account and don't touch it. It's a simple yet powerful method to save extra money. And don't do it at the end of the month hoping that there's anything left. It's just getting a routine by saving and having extra money on the side. It's like out of sight, out of mind. That's worked for me. And it's a little bit aligned with the principle of pay yourself first. This principle, very well known from one of the biggest investors of our time, Robert Kiyosaki. I'm going to leave links to his books that really inspired me to change a lot for my finances. It's all about taking control about our finances. Overall, making sure saving is as important as paying your rent. And if you're wondering how to set up that automatic transfer, let me take you with me. Dedicate a special amount of the percentage you first said that you can be able to save. Of course, do that after you consider your monthly goals. And then select a saving account that suits your needs. Online saving accounts, for example, often offer better interest rates compared to traditional saving accounts or banks. Make sure the account has minimum fees and has an easy access if you need it. You can usually schedule those transfers on a special date. Like I said, for example, the day after you got your paycheck. So it takes away that money for your saving, the chance to spend it all. The same goes if you're receiving a tax return or your earnings are rising up. Whenever there's extra money going to your pocket, make sure the percentage that you already calculated is going to that saving account. Reduce the temptation to spend to achieve your financial goals. And here's the promised little smart hack that I mentioned at the beginning to make it even easier for you. Sure, you can use for all of that the old paper and pen method, but also budgeting apps are super simple to use. One of those apps is, for example, Every Dollar. This app is available in the US and Canada as far as I know, and it makes sure you can track your expenses, adjusting your budget when needed. If you're living in Europe like I do, Fast Budget is a very handy app too. You can also track expenses here, create budgets, manage accounts, set financial goals. They're widely used and just simplifying your journey to your financial control. I'm not sponsored by those, but it's a simple apps that I used in the past that really helped me. And now there's the main thing that's up to you. Get started. There are just too many reasons to do it, and those steps are not as hard as you think. A little tip to take away: if you feel like overwhelmed, like looking at a mountain that you're going to be hiking on, don't look at that whole mountain of things. Do it step by step. On one day you're just writing down or just putting in the app how much you're earning, and the next day you're just going to do the things that you're thinking right away of where you're spending, like insurance and rent and car insurances, stuff like that. Do it step by step. You don't have to do it in one session sitting down and like, oh my god, I'm have to sitting down hours and hours for that. Do a little bit every day. If you think you can profit, to look a little bit on how on earth to reach your goals, you can click on this video right here, dedicated to that topic. Or if you want to find out what I'm not purchasing anymore, I made an extra video for that too. And like always, stay motivated, be productive. See you next time.